Following the October budget that saw farmers struck the hardest, they have been loud. In today's video, we will watch a live TV interview where a vengeful farmer attacks Keir Starmer and this Labour government for how they have been treated. In addition, we will review all of the most recent news from the past day. However, before we do that, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our rapidly expanding community. I wanted to quickly mention that we have new Stuck Farmer t-shirts in stock. You can get them right now at British.com or by clicking the link in the description. A British farmer has voiced his anger with Labour and after the government prompted new anger at farm workers over migrant worker funding. 10 agricultural projects for foreign workers in Africa are covered by the £536 million Labour pool. South America and Asia overhaul UKM. Speaking on live television, Rupert Lowe attacked the reprehensible foreign aid hoard, saying it is a slap in the face for British farmers. However, a government spokesperson assured The Telegraph that they are dedicated to helping farmers in the UK and are spending £5 billion on domestic farming over the next 2 years. According to British farmer Charles Godby, workers are ruining the UK's food security, and beggars think that they are sending hundreds of millions of pounds to farmers overseas. The sad thing is that I don't even find it surprising that this government is currently enforcing this family farm tax on us, which will affect many more people. They are simply taking advantage of farmers in this nation, warning of the massive impact the inheritance tax raid will actually have on Britain. Godby is furious, I'm furious, and it's beggars belief. We will become far more dependent on produce from other nations that doesn't satisfy our standards, Godby warned the news channel. According to Godby, this will have a significant effect not only on family farms but also on our ability to produce food and our national food security. They are undermining food security in the UK and increasing our reliance on imported produce that falls short of our standards in order to pump money abroad. Martin Dorney, the host, questioned Godby about the possibility of an escalation in the action against Labour if they do not make concessions or reverse the tax, referencing the recent farmers' protest in Westminster. Godby acknowledged that they are coming extremely close. It was very noticeable going around London talking to the locals and the people on the tube, and then the people on the streets who were saying just hold the food back. It's that simple, sending a message from the farm to the government about the tax raid. I'm in a lot of WhatsApp group chats, and a lot of farmers are saying they want to do more and more. Godby came to the conclusion that the last thing we want to do is harm the general public, but it's getting close to that. I met with my MP in Westminster, and she told me that she immediately acknowledged that the Treasury figures are incorrect. This is a Labour MP, and she told me that many backbenchers are rebelling against the Treasury, but they won't vote against the whip out of fear of losing their privileges. He added that we need to see what the government does over the next 24 to 48 hours. They're aware that this is a problem, so they've got to get that resolved quickly. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section of other news. Cyber professionals' alarms and growing concerns about a significant cyber breach. Authorities believe that organized crime groups are responsible for the 2-week-long leak, which contains intricate maps of prison layouts and extremely sensitive information like the locations of security sensors and cameras that could be used to plot escapes, smuggle contraband, or take advantage of system flaws. Prison personnel have been instructed to boost vigilance with additional patrols and greater monitoring at facilities thought to be impacted by this move, which might seriously jeopardize prison security, particularly the ability to identify and respond to breaches. Earlier this month, prison employees received an internal email alerting them to the compromised data and detailing the possible repercussions. While the Ministry of Justice has confirmed the breach, it has declined to identify which prisons are involved, citing security concerns. Nevertheless, security measures have been increased at multiple facilities in response to the threat, and the alert specifically highlighted concerns over perimeter security and the risk of tampering with internal alarm systems. Ian Atchison, a former prison governor, has expressed grave concerns about the possible fallout from the leak. He cautioned that criminals could use the leaked blueprints in conjunction with publicly accessible data, like Google Maps, to plan complex escape attempts or launch attacks on prison buildings' exteriors. He also highlighted the more immediate risk of drones being used to smuggle contraband into the facilities, a tactic that could become more viable given the detailed information currently circulating online. The hack occurs while jail security is already being examined. Nearly half of the inmates at HMP Hindley were found to be abusing illegal substances during recent inspections, adding to the persistent worry over claims of widespread drug use in jails throughout England and Wales. Through the use of sleeper agents, organized crime syndicates have started infiltrating the jail system. Prison guards who have no criminal history and are set up to help with smuggling. The Chief Inspector of Prisons has raised concerns about the growing incidence of drug smuggling, pointing out that illicit drugs can cost up to 3 times as much inside prisons as they do outside. Former inmates identify systemic issues such as inadequate hiring procedures, personnel shortages, and overcrowding as key causes of the growing security dilemma. Former Wormwood Scrub Security Chief Vanessa Frack called the situation a perfect storm of vulnerabilities. A recipe for disaster is created when inadequate recruitment, underfunded services, and rising gang activity are combined. She claimed that because gangs are exploiting these flaws, our jail security is being. A Ministry of Justice spokesperson, who was dangerously undercut in response to the breach, acknowledged the leak but upheld a strict policy of discretion, saying that we do not comment on security matters. Nevertheless, the incident highlights the increasing difficulties the prison service faces, from continuous recruitment difficulties to the constant threat of criminal exploitation. Finally, after suspected radioactive material was discovered in bin bags near a primary school in Hammersmith, London, dozens of homes were evacuated. The discovery happened when cleaners cleaning out a hoarder's property brought trash to a nearby scrapyard, where scanning equipment detected radioactive material in the bags. Specialist emergency services were called to the scene, and at least a dozen homes were evacuated while safety checks were carried out. The material was later determined to be non-dangerous. The elderly hoarders who had lived in the house were described as friendly but serious item collectors. The incident was quickly resolved with no further action needed. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? If you haven't already, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more British political content. Thank you, and take care. The antique World War II compass contained a small amount of radium, but public safety police confirmed that after confirming the item was safe, residents were allowed to return to their homes that evening. Goodbye.